Ah, there we go. See, this camera always lies to me. It zooms out like you need to move in closer to get a full picture. And then when you start, it like... Oh crap, there's a notification on my screen. You know what, you're going to see that too. I just clicked a notification off my screen for the first time in forever. So, anyway, this chair's squeaky. You may have noticed that I actually had to walk over to my chair, and I actually did random talking without first saying, "Hello, viewers," and starting the video off like normal. That's because this is a new series I'm starting. I know it's like the 1 millionth series I've started, and this is actually my second time trying to record this video because I have to do it all in one take. Because it's like a cheat video, if that makes any sense. It's like whenever I don't have enough time to post something, but I want to let you guys know I exist, so I'm somehow still retaining what few subscribers I have. It's like, let's make a random talk, so it's going to be the new thing. So today's episode is about sports, and I'm just going to go ahead and get started. So, hi. I'm JJ Prince, and most of my friends knew me as Jared back in the day before I was cool. I've never really been cool, and I still am not really cool, but, you know, people knew me as Jared. So back in the day when I was Jared, football was a big deal. I mean, it's still a big deal, but I just don't care about it as much anymore. But football, and really any sport, was a big deal. Like the big American threesome of sports, you know, like football, soccer, and baseball. Like the main three you think of. Like whenever you look at kids' pajamas or like, I don't know, like a sports themed whatever, like party supplies. I'm not saying that I just go around looking at kids' pajamas and party supplies all day. I don't. But when I was a kid, I would see that. I'd never buy them though. And it would, you know, just has baseball, football, and soccer. And then basketball. So yeah, so four. The big four, not big three. Big four, kind of traditional American sports. So, in my area, if you played one of the big four, you were relevant, you were important, and if you didn't, this is me, you kind of weren't important. Like, some people would be nice about it, and they'd be like, "Oh, see, Jared, you're just not exactly the best at sports. You're just kind of decent, you know, just kind of a little pat on the head, like, that's sweet that you want to play sports with the other kids or you want to fit in, but no, you won't." You know, and then there were other people who just flat out tell me that I sucked at sports. All day, every day, lots. So, something was kind of missing in my life, and that was that I never went to, like, band or orchestra or really had that many electives. I switched schools a lot, you know, starting out in junior high and on up. I just switched schools a lot. I was never really very consistent with anything in particular, and as a consequence, they didn't really have the best other systems outside of sports systems, because sports systems are easy to coordinate, and other systems not so much, because most of them involve an instrument or something complicated. And so as a result, I ended up just kind of being in this sort of trash bin with like a few friends, just basically the other people that didn't do sports well. And sometimes it was more, sometimes it was less, but frequently I was just kind of stuck in this one spot. You know, I had low self-esteem in junior high. I was a very, you know, I had lots of stupid acne, and I was overweight. I mean, I know that's hard to imagine because I'm so, you know, obviously skinny right now. I don't have any sort of anything, but I was just not exactly the best back then. It was a low point in my life, and I just found it interesting because it was just hard. I couldn't really play or do what other kids could do, and I didn't really have a spot, so I just kind of was there. I feel like, I don't know if it's just my area, maybe your area is completely different. Maybe everyone you know loves music and nobody plays sports and everyone hates sports too. But in my area, sports is the thing. Like, you do sports. If you're not good at sports, if you can't do sports, then you suck. I mean, like, now I've gotten to the point where I've accepted the fact that I probably will never amount to anything in sports. I know this sounds really negative, but it's kind of become a joke. And, you know, my friends know, "Oh, Jared, he's silly trying to play sports," you know. And I will sometimes purposefully do terrible just to prove to everyone that I'm not good at sports, you know. Kind of just to prove to everyone that this is who I am, and they shouldn't expect me to do well, because I'm probably not going to. Because if they expect me to do well, and then I don't, then they're going to be ticked, which is what happened a lot in junior high. I have no idea why I chose this for a topic for a video, but I wanted to make one like a way long time back as just a random vlog. Just be like, sports, why I hate them. A documentary by J.J. Prince, who's also known as Jared by some people. I have a list here. Tells me what to say. Not really just bullet points, but nonetheless, it was just interesting trying. I tried. I did basketball for a year, way back when, and I think I was an alternate actually. Like I was an alternate member. I wasn't an official member of the team. I think I thought I was. I think I forgot I was an alternate because I was always confused as to why I didn't get put in the games. Like the coach would put me in for like 1 minute. The other team would scoop up ahead in millions of points, and then he'd be like, all right, we'll just let you sit out for a little while, and then I wouldn't get to play the rest of the game. So it was like I'd get a minute every game to help wreck our team and make things really hard for us, and then the other team would boost up in points, and that was it. And then he put me back on the bench, and our team would start to lose a little less bad. I mean, our team was made up of it was a middle school, junior high team. It was made up of mostly sixth graders. I think I was closer to seventh grade at the time, and it was just really young kids. Most of the people we went against were way older, way bigger, and it's probably racist, but they were like Hispanic, like buff guys, and we were skinny white guys. So like skinny, short, sixth grader white guys versus like eighth grader Hispanic, huge guys. Like, you kind of know who's going to win. I mean, the only person who was good on our team was this, I hate to be racist again, was this Hispanic guy who was taller than most of the kids. And he got us like a couple baskets and had to barrel through all these other guys because anytime we tried to block them, it was like, ugh, and we fell over. And I want to say it was like a stereotype, or I'm just making this up, but it really wasn't. Like, almost every game we went to was exactly the same. Like, every team we faced was, I mean, not necessarily the same race, but it was just big, tall guys, and we were these small, skinny guys. And yet, despite being small, skinny, for the most part unathletic, I'd wager I kind of lost more than everybody else. Like, everyone else seemed to have a basic idea of what they were doing, and I thought I did too, but apparently I didn't, and they'd be able to get more points, or just pass the ball to the lead guy who was actually tall. And that was kind of how things went. So that was my one time I actually tried sports. I came in wanting to learn, and I exited not learning anything. I mean, I know that... See, this is one thing I'm good at in school is academics and learning things. Selective things. Some things are really hard for me to learn and just confusing and complicated, like math. I've never really grasped to math. If any of you are math fans, sorry, it's never been my thing. But I used academics as sort of my thing that I'm good at in general. I was able to pick up things pretty easily and learn things fast. That's kind of the reason why I write theories, is because I get ideas that formulate in my head really quickly, and I enjoy putting these ideas onto paper. And so I was able to learn, and I know a lot about the basics of basketball, how to play the game, and if I got proficient at using a game controller, the control options you play in a basketball online game or whatever, I probably could do a pretty good job at it because I know the rules and I know the tips and the tricks and the things you're supposed to do to win the game. And I could probably be the best virtual basketball player there is. I could be better than, LeBron James and Michael Jordan and whoever's in the basketball world or whatever. And, but basically, trying to wrap up, I have a timer here that kind of tells me to wrap up because I'm just trying to make these about 10-minute random useless segments. So, in the end, I found guitar here. In my moving around with schools and going all over the place, which is what I did for quite some time, I found guitar. And when I found guitar, it was like, yes. I mean, at first, it was annoying, and I didn't grasp it, and my fingers hurt like heck. These things are metal. These things are kind of like the wires, like on a barbed wire fence, the things that you shouldn't be touching. But we were specifically asked to put our hands on these and then press down really hard. I think there were some times I thought I was going to bleed. One time one of my strings snapped, and it didn't hit me in the face, but it scared the crap out of me. And I had to go get a new one, and my teacher was mad at me because he thought it was my fault. It's like, this isn't my guitar. It belonged to somebody else. And then I, borrowed it for a while, and then never asked for it back, so it's kind of mine, I guess. I don't know. But I used a pick, and I think the pick strums too hard, so in most of my videos I don't use a pick anymore because it just hurts the guitar, and I don't want any strings to hit me in the face. I don't want to make a video where a string hits me in the face and then have it possibly just go viral, which honestly is kind of a smart idea, but I don't really want to wish ill on myself. So, anyway, I'm past the 10-minute mark. So, in the end, I found guitar, I found theorizing, I found stuff basically within the intellectual regions and the artistic regions that were outside of sports. And in the end, if you enjoy sports, I am glad. Please keep it up. Enjoy sports, be good at sports. I don't think you're a bad person. I just personally hate sports and would never consider that an occupation or something I would pursue in the future as a fulfilling job that could really get me anywhere. So that's about it for today. Thank you guys for watching this pointless random talk that no one's ever really going to see, and you probably won't enjoy it. But this has been JJ Prince, and I will see you later. Oh yeah, I forgot I had to come down and press the button, so...